Hello, my name is Leslie Powell. I'm the founding dean of the College of Public Policy here at Hamad bin Khalifa University, and I'm very pleased to speak about the Capstone project, which is a key feature of the Master of Public Policy program that we have here at the college. The Capstone is like a thesis in the sense that it requires substantial research and work and background on the literature, but it's not theoretically driven. It's meant to be an experience for students working together in small groups under the supervision of a faculty member to cooperate with a partner organization on a real problem that is affecting Qatar, the region, or globally. We've had students working on projects on the environment, on social policy, on immigration, on labor, and all of those projects have involved small teams of students working with the partner organization and their faculty member to produce cutting-edge research that makes a contribution both to the country and to the region. This is a unique feature of our program. Is not replicated in any other master's program or public policy program in the region or the country, and it gives our students a unique perspective and builds on all of the advantages that we have here at the college and at the university. So I welcome you to join us in this adventure in learning and in research, and to take the agenda of public policy for Qatar and the region further forward.
My name is Salar Mujib Khan. I'm from Pakistan. I've lived in Pakistan until 2011, and that's when I moved to Qatar to continue my bachelor's degree from Georgetown University in Qatar. After that, I went into the field in the industry, and I joined the field of education. I worked at the Ministry of Education for some time, and after that I was working at Carnegie Mellon University in Qatar Foundation when I got the opportunity to continue further studies, my master's program in public policy. And I graduated this year as the first cohort. We were the first class, a class of 10 individuals who graduated from the College of Public Policy, and alhamdulillah, I made the right decision by staying here. The focus area of my capstone research was the blue-collar migrant workers in Qatar and their professional development and their lifelong learning. The reason we worked on this project is because around 1.8 million people in Qatar are blue-collar workers who are in different industries, hospitality, construction sector, service providers, and we thought this would be a good opportunity to study the impact of their presence in Qatar and their learning, and how much exposure do they have in learning. So that was our project. Our goal was to, at the end, have a product or identify different areas within the field of education that could help these workers who have migrated just for the sake of working, but get enough knowledge or information on the subjects or fields that could help them improve their standard of living back home and in Qatar. We were a group of 4 individuals as students, and we were working with Migrant Forum in Asia. It's an NGO, it's a forum. It has around, I think, 125 NGOs that fall under this forum. They're based in the Philippines, but they have done a lot of work in Qatar, and they have partner organizations in the sending countries, which is the South Asian countries, along with the Philippines, Bangladesh, Pakistan, India. And also they have contacts of the people who have migrated back to their countries after spending some time in the GCC and Qatar. They are an NGO that advocate for overall development or human development of migrants. They write policy briefs, they work with United Nations, they work with ILO, another office that is in Qatar. So they were our partners, and they were guiding us in this project. The experience of working with a partner on real-world problems, it's interesting. So actually all 4 of us in the group, we were coming from the industry. Some of us were already working. So we had an idea on how to work, but to work on an academic project with the industrial perspective, it makes things slightly different and exciting. It's an experience that teaches you a lot because you're looking at things from a completely different perspective. You have a certain goal, you have an objective, and the whole team is working towards it. It just teaches you a lot about how to work as a team. It teaches you a lot about yourself, your capability, your capacity, your will to push yourself to the limits. So that's in terms just the overall experience of working with someone in the industry. It's intense because you know that your work might be making an impact on a lot of people. So it's just intense once you think about it. My future plans are to stay in Qatar, work here in the field of education, and on the side I would try to stay involved in the field of blue-collar migrant workers or the welfare of blue-collar migrant workers as well. Capstone project really made us realize the reality of situation, the reality of the world, that there is an other side to things. We always focus on education of people who have access to education, but we don't really think about individuals who have already entered the industry as low-skilled worker and for their professional development. So it's something that will always be at the back of my mind whatever I'm doing, because at the end of the day there are so many individuals, low-skilled workers, not just in Qatar but across the globe, that if we can provide enough educational opportunities or growth opportunities, they can really increase the standard of living for themselves and for their families.
My name is Mohamed Kebe. I am from the Gambia, and I am in Hamad bin Khalifa University from the College of Public Policy. The focus area of our capstone research is on the wage protection system in Qatar. As you all know, since Qatar won the bid to host the World Cup in 2022, there has been a lot of talk about labor issues. So Qatar came up with so many reforms to make sure that the rights of laborers are met in the state of Qatar. So one of them was the wage protection system, which was introduced in 2015. But since then, workers are still complaining about not being paid on time or not being paid at all. So our capstone project focuses on the wage protection system. So what we did was we decided to look at the reasons why the wage protection system was introduced, and then we look at the lapses or the obstacle that the wage protection system are facing, and we try to come up with solution which we believe will help the Ministry of Administrative Development, Labour and Social Affairs whensoever they decided to come up with new reform. So it was just about knowing the challenges the wage protection system is facing and try to come up with solutions to those challenges. I think the capstone project in the College of Public Policy is a unique design, looking at the fact that we have to work in team as real policy makers, though we are students, but we work in teams, brainstorm and come up with solutions to real life problems. As I already said in the beginning, the wage protection system is something that is in the center of policy debate. So working in team is one aspect that has developed us, and we hope that when we become policy makers in the future, we will be able to work with colleagues that are going to be drafting real-world solution to real-world problems in the policy settings. So capstone project also expose us to the problems that are happening in Qatar, looking at the fact that our project was centered on current issues in the state of Qatar. So it also helped us in that aspect. And we also get the opportunity to sit with the Undersecretary at the Ministry of Administrative Development, Labour and Social Affairs. So getting their perspective on why the wage protection system was created and some of the problems they are facing also gave us a lot of expose when it comes to working with government agencies when it comes to drafting policies. So my future plans are to work for international organization on development issues in sub-Saharan Africa. So given the fact that the Qatar labor demographic involved a lot of young people coming from the African continent, so the capstone project gave me a perspective why the young people in Africa are migrating not only to Qatar but to the Gulf countries in general to work. So I get to understand why they are migrating and what are the problems surrounding their work environment in Qatar. So this gives me a broader view on what kind of policies needs to be implemented in Africa to make sure that these young people have the opportunity to stay in Africa and work in Africa.
My name is Anis Benbrik. I'm Associate Professor and Founding Director of the Social Policy and Evaluation Research Program at the CPP. I supervised last year 2 research projects, 2 capstone projects. The first capstone project was on professional development of low-skilled workers in Qatar, and the second capstone project was on reviewing the wage protection system in Qatar. The experience was unique in the sense that it was the first capstone project in Qatar and the region, and it helped students to apply the different theories and practices in the real life, working with clients, institutions based in Qatar or in the region. So students interact with those institutions to provide policy recommendation to improve their program and policies.
My name is Abdallah Al-Musallam. I graduated from the College of Public Policy. Since I am specialized in energy and environment policy, I decided to have my capstone research to be related to climate change issues and how Qatar can contribute further into solving these issues. My capstone partner was GORD, a Gulf Organization for Research and Development. We chose this partner because they are focusing on promoting sustainability through research, in addition for having the knowledge and expertise and also the practical knowledge, which we wanted to be available in our capstone so we can provide better policy recommendations. Definitely the experience working with GORD was great because they have the practical expertise in solving these issues for sustainability and promoting sustainability and solving climate change issues. My future plans, inshallah, is to continue my academic career by doing a PhD degree, because doing the capstone in the CPP program have actually posed more questions for us to solve through doing research.
Hello, my name is Andreas Rechtkemmer and I'm a professor in the College of Public Policy. I have the pleasure of working with our students on their capstone projects in the area of environmental, energy, climate and sustainability policy, which of course is a very timely and very exciting and very necessary undertaking. Our students are working with the Gulf Organization for Research and Development, GORD, which is a homegrown Qatari organization working very closely with the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. And while the focus is pretty much on climate policies, we are also looking at food security, waste management, air and water pollution, and of course the mega challenge of energy transitions, as we are navigating the necessity to become carbon neutral as soon as possible, which of course is especially challenging for countries in this region. On the other hand, countries in this region, in the Gulf region, in the wider Middle East and North Africa are hit already by climate change quite hard. And so our students are both navigating how climate change will impact the region and what kind of policy responses this necessitates, also working closely with economic sector, financial sector, etc., looking at social equity and social progress at the same time. Technological solutions are key. So our capstone projects in this area, they are really all about navigating energy security, energy sustainability, and climate policies for the future of Qatar and the region.